as promised, here is my tutorial on how to make these little guys. Okay, so these are my little guys. What do you think? Do you like them? They've got their hair on, they've got their noses on, and they've got some little hanging bits as well so that they can be hung on the tree. I've put their initials on, so I thought it'd be quite nice. I actually forgot to put some stuffing in this one, and I've sewed them all together, and now he lives like that. It's completely okay to have them look different. So here's what you are going to need to make your gonk. You're going to need a yarn needle, you're going to need a hook. This one is 4.5mm. You're going to need some colours. I've gone for, these were the 5 colours that were in the, what were they in? The Christmas box from the Knitting Network, the Christmas goodie ones, and I've used all of those. I think I'm going to go for another green one. So green hood, I don't know if that's coming up nicely on the camera or not, and for a grey body. Also need some skin coloured, or, well actually I suppose you could do pink, you could do white noses, you could do whatever colour you like really, but I've gone for this colour to put their little noses on. A pair of scissors, and later on you're also going to need some strands of white for the hair. Let's get started. Right, we're going to start with the base, and the first thing I need to do is to find the end of my yarn. We're going to do a, well, I don't know if this is a magic circle or not. You know, sometimes you just do what you got to do. I chain 2, and then in the first chain I'm going to put 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 single crochets in there, and then all I'm going to do is just pull this tight, and they should go together in a nice round circle. Now onto round 2, I'm going to put 2 single crochets in each stitch. So 1, 2. So can you see that, oh there we go, can you see that that one stitch has 2 new stitches in it? So we're going to do that all the way around until we get to 12. So we're already at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now you may have noticed that I am crocheting with the hook in my right hand. What I tend to do, and this is complete personal preference, but what I tend to do is when I am doing detailed work, or when I'm counting, or when I'm doing something that's close to the beginning of the work, I tend to use my right hand and thread and yarn over with my left. When I move on to, so later on I'll be doing the rounds, and that's when I will, oh no, I still use my right hand. So I'll be using the thread in my left and then do it differently. I think it's just probably because I like to have the better control if I'm yarning over with this hand as opposed to holding on to it. And I feel like sometimes if you haven't got a sturdy piece of work, that you end up sort of flailing a little bit and you can't get a good tension. Okay, right, so we've had 6, 12, we're now going on to 18. So we're just going to go up in our 6s each row. So this one we do 1 stitch, then 2 stitches. And then we repeat that pattern all the way round. So 1 stitch and then 2 stitches. And we want to do that until we get to 18. Okay, 7, 8, 9 in the same stitch, 10, new stitch, 11 and 12 in the same stitch, 13, in the next stitch, 14, 15 in the second stitch, 16 in the new stitch, 17 and 18 in the next stitch. Okay, so as we're adding on 6 at a time, and what we are working on is adding in 2s, 3s, 4s. Does that make sense? So the next number after 18, the next number is going to be 24, and we're going to do 4 stitches. So it will go single, single, double, and that will make 4. Single, single, double, single, single, double, single, single, double, until we get around to 24. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, here's your double, 4, 5, 6, here's your double, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 in the next, 11, 12, 13, 14, and your double, 15, 16, 17, 18, here's your double, 19, 20, 21, 22, and your last double, 23, 24. Okay, so we're up to 24 so far. The next 6 in the pattern will be 30, and then we're going to do it in our 5. So it'll go single, 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 double, single, 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 double, single, 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 double, and so on until we get to 30. 1, 2, 3, here's your double, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, here's your double, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, here's your double, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, here's your double, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, here's your double, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, and here's your double, 29, 30. There we go. So we're on to the last round, and then we're going to start working up the sides. So we're on 30 so far. We've got one more to go, which is 36, and we'll be working in our sixes. So it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, double, double, 5, 6. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, you can hear the kids coming in. 5, 6, do you think if I count loudly they'll get the hint? 7, 8, 9, 10, and here's your double coming up, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and here's your double coming up, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, here's your double coming up, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, and here's your double coming up, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, and your last double, 35, and 36. Okay, so we have increased in all the stitches that we need. Ta-da! So now what we're going to do is we're going to go round in 36s, and we're going to do it 6 times. So 6 lots of 36. Let's go. Ta-da! We have one little body. So I'm going to put his nose on. Well, we're going to make his nose, but we're going to make his nose, we're going to make his hair, and then we're going to make his little hat. Let's do his hat first. Next up, the hat. So this one's going to be slightly different. We're going to do it in 5s instead of 6s. So we'll be adding, we'll be adding 3 at a time. And we go 5, 10, 15 as opposed to 6, 12, 18. So starting in 2 and then 5 into the first stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're gonna pull it closed. You see that? And then, so we will start doing doubles in each stitch. So 1, 2, 3, oh, you didn't double them, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and last 2, 9, 10. There we go. So instead, in a different method to the way that we did we increased with this, because we don't want it to increase out into a circle, we want it to increase in more of in a slower fashion, I suppose. So what we're going to do is, for every increased row, we're going to do another row round. So we just did 10, so we're going to do another row of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So can you see already that the shape is slightly different? So it's starting to cone out as opposed to circle out. Right, so now we're going to increase again. So remember I said we're working in our 5s and we're adding 3 at a time. So we're going to single, double, double, single, double, double, single, double, double, all the way till we get to 15. Single, double, double, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then again, we're going to go round the entire row with single stitches, so that's another 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so we're at 15 now. What we're going to do is we're going to keep going down, adding in our 5s, or working in our 5s, sorry, and we're going to go down until we get to 35. Is that right? 35. Right, here's my little hat. So, body, hat. Now, onto the nose. Now, the nose is the most easiest thing in the world. Step 1, find the, there we go. Find the end of the wool. Okay, so we're gonna make a loop. And we're gonna work in our 6s again. So chain 2, put 6 in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we're going to close it up. Bloop. Then we're going to do doubles all the way around to make 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, bit more wool please, 10, and 11, 12. So this time what we're going to do, we're actually going to decrease so that we work back in again. So that means you go in, loop round, pull it, go into the next one, loop round and go through. In, loop round, pull it through, go into the next one, pull it through and tuck it in, and that makes one single stitch. And can you see already it's starting to fold over on itself? So we have to do that 6 times. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm gonna fasten off, which for me is going into the next one and slip stitching through, tighten it up. You got a nose. Bloop, bloop. Ta-da! Okay, so we have a little hat, we have a little body, and we have a nose. We are now going to put the hair on. No, I'm going to do the nose first. So I'm going to put the nose on near the centre, and then I'm going to put the hair around the other side. There's no real rhyme or rhythm to working out where the nose goes. Like as close to the top, but without being right at the top. The hair that I'm going to put on, I'm going to slot it in around these stitches. It'll make sense when I start doing it. Just put this nose on quickly. If you can hear children in the background, it's because they're all off and I've told them to sit very quietly and watch a movie. Nice Christmas movie, but it's getting to that point of the holidays where they're just absolutely desperate for it to be Christmas. And they're like, come on already, how much longer till Christmas? Throw that back in quickly. Then do a knot on the inside. If I wasn't making these as a hanging decoration, so I'm going to put a little bit of thread on the top of there, then I would put a safety nose on. Right, what I've started doing is popping the hair on from the back because I can see, I'm going to be able to see where it's halfway. So I've got a strand of wool and I think, how long is that, would you say, 10 centimetres? Maybe less. Just pop the hook in, grab hold of the yarn, pull it through, and then pop a knot in it at the top. Done. And I'm just going to do that all the way around until I get to halfway. Right, I've just added a little fur for the person whose present it's going to be. We've got our little guy. I will say I might trim this once the hat goes on. Depends how long it is and depends how I'm feeling. I need to stuff them both, and then using this tail, which I wish I'd left a little bit longer, I'm going to add the top onto the bottom, sew them together, and jobs are good 'un. Right, I've got my fluff is actually out of an old cushion because Reduce, reuse, recycle. Am I right? Whoa, how wobbly is my camera? Whee! Sorry if you're feeling a bit queasy after watching this. Right, I'm not going to put too much fluff in the top because I need to slot him on top as well, on top of the little body. Oh, I made some arms too, but I don't think I like the arms as much now. Ugh. Sorry, I got distracted by something going on outside. Some utes hanging around. Oh wait, they're my utes. Right, so stuffed body, stuffed hat, and we're going to slot one on top of the other. Let's thread this guy. So what I'm going to try and do, squidge it out a little bit so that it sits nicely over the top, and then sew it together. Oh, I wonder if I should have put the hair on second, because this looks quite challenging. It's fine. I'm a consummate professional. I can do this. There we go. So you're just going up and through the bottom, or rather the top rows of both items. Oh, making sure to move the tail out of the way, making sure that the hair's not stuck in. Making sure all the fluff's in where it should be. In you go, Fluffy-o. So I've just, to make the hanger for the top, I've just crocheted, literally chained 30 stitches and then slip stitched in the bottom, and now I'm just going to sew that onto the top. Oh. Without too many. I'm not very good at keeping in shot, am I? It's because this bit is really tricky, because you want to make sure you're doing it with precision. You want to make sure you're doing a good job. Like the actual crocheting I could do spinning on my head, but the concentrating and making sure you get things, sew things in the right place, takes a little bit more consideration. Right, knot that up. And then what I tend to do is I put my ends, and I try and put it through as much of the filling as possible, so there it shall stay, you know. So fold it in and chop those ends off. My yank. Ta-da! And there we have a completed gonk. Ta-da! Ready for the Christmas tree. And that, my friends, is how you make some of these cute little guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!